What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sports U Podcast, baby.
Another beautiful night in Rialto. Robbie, what's happening?
What's good, man? It's been a long time since I've been off COVID, so we balled yesterday. We had a lot of fun yesterday.
Balling
right there.
Whooped. On my birthday, too. That was like the cherry on top, because I didn't want to play it first, and then I came through and beat Robbie twice, and felt good, man. Felt great. I don't want to do shit at first, but I was so happy to whoop his ass.
I gave you
man.
space, and you took advantage of it, man. All your homies came by, and we gave you space,
space. Don't
on the
give
three-point
me
line.
Space.
We gave you just a little bit of
space or not. I'm busting everybody's ass.
We gave you just a little bit of space.
Just a little bit.
But hey, no, you knocked it down, bro.
Like Niagara Falls, the space y'all was getting me, bro.
So, we're back here. What is it? Episode 28 now.
28.
Episode 28. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it. We have a lot for you guys. Some NFL, some NBA.
Yes,
we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Packers and what they're doing. We're gonna talk about the reaction to today's game for Baltimore versus Cleveland. That crazy ass game. We got some NBA when we're talking about LiAngelo Ball, possibly why he got cut. And I just want to throw out something out there about the Nuggets with all their assets, what they're able to do with them. Maybe it's time to cash in. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But first and foremost, we will go ahead and talk about the Baltimore versus Cleveland game tonight.
Oh, my God.
Going crazy. Gittin, go ahead and start that off because you were correct. You picked Lamar Jackson in this one right
got
here.
His ass.
And
wait, is it on me?
It's on you now. It's on you now.
Got his ass.
Got him.
Again. Not again, but I got his ass.
No, again, because now they're 2-0.
Yes, sir.
Throughout the season. So go ahead and start off, man. What'd you see? You picked Lamar Jackson. I had Baker because we know the storylines with that, but go ahead.
Honestly, it was such a great game back and forth. Like, this was probably like the first Monday Night Football game that I actually like sit down, put my phone on the side, turn it on airplane mode and everything. Like, I actually sat down and watched this game, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. What a game to do that
on
for,
both
like
ends of the field. It's like, bro, they had from between Lamar Jackson, Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, and J.K. Dobbins to Baker Mayfield, Kareem Hunt, and Nick Chubb. They're just the run game was great. The passing was great.
They had like 8 rushing touchdowns.
They both had like 8 rushing touchdowns between like the two. It was great to see, bro. It
was
a great game.
Gittin, you always call things gritty, grimy. It was gritty, grimy. Does it get
grit and grind?
Does it get the certification from you, man?
Oh man, honestly, bro.
Oh my goodness.
They were watching the game and they said this is probably like one of the best Monday Night Football games in NFL history.
Yeah,
I stamped that. This was a phenomenal game.
Okay,
seriously.
I guess it's my turn to go ahead and speak a little bit here.
Please
I did have the losing quarterback. I picked Baker Mayfield, but wow, like that game was so damn good that it just felt like there was no losing quarterback right there. So with that being said, I didn't mind that Baker went up MVP, stood his ground. They're both in the same draft class, of course. One's a number 1 overall pick, one's 32nd. We were talking about that already. Even like,
I know that stings.
There were some other shows. What's up? Oh yeah, it's a little bit like it's got to be a little personal, but they show the respect towards one another. It was a college type of game, bro. Blown coverages. There was tons of running, high scoring.
A lot of silly penalties on both ends.
A little bit, and then you had a dramatic finish at the end.
Oh my
god! It made it the game of the year.
Definitely.
So. Again, he stood his ground. Baker did his stuff. So, like, it was on national television. Everybody knew what he was like. He dropped 45 on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was,
so I think it was 45.
40,
I haven't.
Was it 40?
45 like to 40, 48. I think 45 to 48 in the end because it was a safety.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like. I got to give props to Lamar Jackson where it's due. We were talking about how he's hitting the wall, so finally he broke through it. Gifting. What did you see his like after thing or his post game interview?
Oh yeah, because everybody thought he was cramping in the fourth quarter, but he really wasn't.
Yeah, bro.
He really was.
Like, and he was just getting like ticked off inside of the locker room, bro. He just comes out.
If you was watching the game, like, bro, he was slipping a lot, and it wasn't like he was running down the field slipping. Like, he was slipping out of the pocket, which is kind of like I don't know. It was a little weird to see high key because
Mhm.
like it was making me think like, oh, it is his shoes, but then it's like I guess it's the weather. I mean, it wasn't raining, but it
Man,
was just
he's so fast that
yeah
I'm sure that he was like gliding and
running
that
out of his
happened.
shoes.
But I think we're both winners on this. Of course, you are the
Yeah.
ultimate winner.
Ultimate.
Stuck with the MVP, and
Sir.
now it makes the division a little bit more interesting here. So we'll see what happens there. So let's go ahead and get into our next topic here.
Talk to me.
I was just thinking about it the other day, and I actually seen something on Reddit. So it comes from a user like KCMYAK. But basically, after today's game or yesterday's game with Mitchell Trubisky
Right.
and his win, he
Mhm.
now has a higher winning percentage than Deshaun motherfucking Watson.
Isn't that wild? Because like the Bears have been
The Bears
indecisive.
picked the right one.
The Bears have been very indecisive all year between Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles. So it's just like to hear that, it's kind of like I don't believe it.
I feel like it puts him in that like same tier as them.
Mhm.
Like just for a little bit, it
Same
feels
tier
like
as who?
weird. Like it draws them down to like their level because of like just this lack of like leadership for the team, of course, because it's not Deshaun Watson. He can make miracles out of nothing. But again, this is a different type of league, and
Mhm.
again, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up because, well, first of all, I thought it was pretty funny, like to
To think Mitchell Trubisky is actually a good
has a
quarterback.
better
I know,
winning
right?
percentage. Oh, no, I don't think he's a good quarterback. I just think he has a really good team. Hey, it. I don't know, man. Let me just get on to what I gotta say. Because I mean, if it says you have a better winning percentage, then I guess you do. But
oh man,
Deshaun Watson again is trying to like kind of bully around in that organization. It feels like he's very outgoing with how he talks about like just the organization as a whole, what's happening internally, and contract talks and stuff. We were talking about
I mean, but
Will
damn,
Fuller, remember?
It's true though, bro. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. You say it all the time, man. It's like either speak up or now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. And like another thing is that I don't know, like I feel like how Deshaun Watson is gonna go because the offensive line is awful for the Texans.
Oh my god.
I literally think he's gonna be like a Andrew Luck type of situation
Oh god.
where
I hope
the organization fails to like get the full value out of him. He wins some playoff games. He knows like how to get there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he's that good of a player.
Yeah.
But just the organization is gonna fail him, and then I don't know. I hope nothing bad happens to him, but like they have to start protecting him because that's what that same thing happened to Andrew Luck, and then eventually it was just too late, and it's like that's hella terrible for that
Yeah,
guy.
it is.
So, we were speaking about that. Like, I don't know. How do you feel about that? You think that that's something that's possible?
Oh, definitely. Because I mean, you can only take so many hits, man. You can only take so many hits in the game of football until you call it quit, bro. Like,
and he's no stranger to like get out of the pocket and go crazy and try to really make things happen.
And it takes one of them crazy ass out of the pocket hits trying to get a first down, and yeah, it's over.
So, Mr. Trubisky, man, Mr.
Mr. I don't know, Mr. Who is this guy? Mr. This is our quarterback.
Mr. I like to kiss titties.
What?
You never heard of that before, bro? When he was like 15, look at you. I got the camera on you, man. When he was like 15, he like tweeted that. So everybody calls him that.
Oh, Mr. I like to kiss titties.
Mr.
at
I like to
15.
kiss titties.
I like to kiss titties too, man.
He's funny, man. At 15, he's tweeting that shit.
That's wild.
It sounds like a freshman.
I know.
All right, though. Let's get into the next one here. Wrapping up with a little bit of comedy, of course. You know what I'm saying. Right here, we have Justin Herbert. Let me bring this one up here. This one was like a personal one for me.
Bring it on in.
Now, this guy, so he's able to prove what he's doing lately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody's been seeing and noticing how they're able to stay in games and the way that they can't close the games, of course.
Right.
So, with that being said, I just want to bring up some awareness about Mitchell Trubisky and that he's like really Mitchell Trubisky. I'm sorry, my fault. Not Josh Allen.
Whatever.
Justin
that guy's
Herbert.
name is
Justin Herbert.
in
My fault.
LA, the other LA team.
Yeah, Justin Herbert. So Justin Herbert, this guy right here, I feel like he deserves a lot more credit than what people are giving him because of the terrible coaching staff. Now I want to give you 3 different examples. So we have Jared Goff. He was getting destroyed by the media and everybody. because they had terrible coaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once they got Sean McVay, everything started going uphill.
I mean, I guess, but
What do you mean?
You still call him Jared Bloff, but all right.
Oh no, Jared Bloff, like he can come off as that sometimes, but most of the time he's Jared Goff, and of course, you see the winning percentage right now. Now let's not make it about him. Let's not make it about him. So, and then you have another quarterback that has terrible criticism because of the coaching staff, Hugh Jackson, Freddie Kitchens for the Baker, and the Browns. Once he finally got a coach, he was able to do a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Dak Prescott. He had Jason Garrett the entire time, made what he was able to do with that, and then he got Mike McCarthy, who's even worse, and then he was able to still lead the league in passing yards through week 6.
Yeah.
So he had 3 different quarterbacks that are being able. Just an example. Don't worry about it. Just an example of hey, these guys, they're able to make this type of difference even though they have terrible coaching.
Right.
Or excuse me, they benefited for a better coach, right? But it's just a couple different examples that are pretty similar to this one. Now you think about Justin Herbert, what he's been able to do with that coaching staff, and you see how terrible it is now. This shit is kind of ridiculous. Now let me just give you a couple stats here. So Herbert, about 2 weeks ago, and I think this is just before the New England game. Remember, 0-45. He was on pace to smash the all-time rookie passing yards and passing touchdown record. So let me just give you another person or another quarterback to base their rookie campaign with. with Justin Herbert. I got you, man. I'm putting you on. I'm gonna talk about Russell Wilson, bro.
Ooh.
Russell Wilson completed 64% of his passes his rookie season.
Damn, did he?
Yeah, that's pretty good, huh?
Wow.
That's pretty good. 3,100 yards, just about.
Okay.
26 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Justin Herbert currently has a completion rating that is 3.9 higher. That was before the New England game.
Ooh.
And was on pace to get about 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions.
Rookie year, too. That's great.
That's crazy, right?
It is.
So all I want to say is let's bring more awareness to Justin Herbert and what he's able to do with this. I know that he has weapons around. Don't get me wrong. He has offensive weapons.
Definitely.
Keenan Allen. You have Austin Eckler, he's not a name brand type of guy, but if that team was good, he'd be a name brand guy. Hunter Henry, Mike Williams. So, they have pieces on the offense. It's not just Justin Herbert, but with a better coaching staff.
Right.
Man, we got to give Justin Herbert what he's able to do with this coaching staff a lot of credit, man, because this guy's going to be special. Remember, I compared him to being a Drew Brees. This guy is starting to rush and stuff like that. I always knew he can get out of the pocket, but I've always felt like he couldn't set his feet. He's very accurate. He's a good guy, man.
Yeah,
that's a good foundation to have.
Yeah, the Chargers got one in him. He's very accurate. He's courageous. I've seen him in games where he's thrown it in tight windows. He's a roll the dice type of player. So I mean, yeah, the quarterback, like you said, the coaching trash. Basura.
It's been out there more recently, of course. You know what I mean? All the videos.
Boy, and it's not helping that he's black either. But hey,
that's it.
I just had to throw it out there.
Poor Anthony Lynn. No, yeah, I feel like it definitely does suck that I feel like he had a really good rep, and then just maybe he's not in charge of that, but you have the overall say as a coach, and then when it's just a debacle week after week after week, it's just kind of when is it gonna end?
I know.
You know what I mean? He's getting criticized, and it seems like he's still not trying to get buttoned up. But I don't know. Again, I feel like Justin Herbert should receive a lot more credit, man. A lot more credit than what he's given.
Oh, definitely.
He's gonna be Offensive Rookie of the Year, but watch out, man. This guy's insane.
Definitely.
All right, let's get into the Packers.
Where the cheesehead at?
Where the cheesehead
at? Yes, sir.
There you go. Okay, get in. To make this more interesting, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you: do you want to change your MVP pick from Tom Brady to Aaron Rodgers? Because I've been having Patrick Mahomes all season, and I know it's a really easy pick.
He lost
this
last
guy's
night though.
crazy.
He lost the other day though.
Who?
He lost his spot in the MVP race for sure.
Who?
Pat.
Hell
Hell yeah.
because he threw 3 interceptions.
Bro, 3 interceptions? Fuck out of here. And you're the current champ?
All right, tell me why.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me why Oh, well, are you gonna make like the trade in the
you want
pick?
me to? So you basically gave me this cheesehead because you want me to convert from.
Well, you put on the cheesehead, so I wanted to ask you, do you want to convert to the Bucks?
Nah, man, I still gotta stick with you, Tom. I just had to show off for my boy Aaron real quick, but I'm still with you, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Still
So
with you.
anyway, with the Packers, man, what are you seeing?
And I thought that it might be Jordan's Love year to start for the quarter. Oh my God, to start at the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Is that
Aaron
what you said in the
Rodgers,
beginning?
he's always there, man. He's always there.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I want to count him out because he's old and everything, this, that, and the other, he's still there.
Uh-huh.
I know I sound like a fucking hypocrite now because I'm saying he's old and Tom Brady's old as fuck, but I mean, hey.
He's not as old as Tom Brady, bro.
That too, but man, he still got it.
So
Still got it.
the Packers are rolling, of course. Aaron Rodgers has been top 3 MVP all year. He's had a couple mishaps, but when you're talking about this Packers team, like it's really cool to see like how it's kind of grown from what Mike McCarthy was or what he left.
Mm.
So again, like they never really get like any free agents or anything. So this is pretty impressive. LaFleur is now 23-6 in the regular season. He has 2 division titles because of the season, of course. This is, of course, the second year in the season. Second year in this system.
Right.
We were just talking about it in the beginning of the year about Aaron Jones.
Wasn't it like a little thing going on between Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur for a little bit?
They made things out of just frustration, but like,
okay.
Hey man, you know what they say? When you're winning, like that solves everything.
Right.
So that maybe they just started winning or something, but like yeah, I mean there was definitely things that mentioned some frustration.
Mm-hmm.
But when he doesn't lie, in 23-6, and again, Aaron Rodgers having a pretty good MVP season, caliber season. So let's see what happens, with the last like 3 games or so. So again, it is the second year in the system. Aaron Jones in the beginning was talking about this is like it was a complex system in the beginning. Now we got it down, and man, let me just say something. Davante Adams is going wild
nuts right now.
Wild,
bro's going nuts. Oh my goodness. He's
gonna keep the cheesehead on.
You know what? My bad. Aaron
Oh, I just had to call you. I just had to call you out, man.
I was being mad disrespectful. We could at least finish the segment. My bad, Aaron. I'm still a fan, bro. I'm sorry, but yeah, bro. Oh my goodness, he's going great. He's going crazy right now.
So, right now, Aaron Rodgers. This is from let's see. I think it's like Pro Football Focus. Aaron Rodgers has been more efficient than Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Has graded better. And then has worse receivers, apparently, which is pretty accurate, I would say. Travis Kelce is about to lead the NFL in, like, receiving yards as a tight end. So that's pretty insane. Yes, Aaron Rodgers does have a better O-line, but he has a very easy remaining schedule. So people want to say that, he's going to go ahead and skate by.
Schedule, bro. That shit's kind of annoying.
It's some way to predict. So
yeah, but it's like, let's see when it gets to playoffs, Like, that's when it really matters.
Oh, of course. But, like, not for the MVP because it's regular season. But, like, again, I just kind of want to talk about the Packers and the MVP at the same time. Yeah. But, like, basically what I want to say is Aaron Rodgers, for me, like, this is what I think that because I don't think MVP should be the main part about Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
Mm.
But, again, I think if they reach the Super Bowl and they win, Aaron Rodgers will get another chance, in the next year. No, because they still have one more year, but I think he's going to get traded.
Damn, even if they win?
Not? They got to trade him so that they can get stuff out of it. Damn. If they win, no. If they win, they're going to try it one more time.
Okay.
If they reach the Super Bowl and they lose, he's going to leave. So that means that they have to win, in my opinion, that they have to win, and then Aaron Rodgers will go ahead and stay there. But if not, then it's just going to be he's going to leave. He's frustrated. Like, I feel like he's, like, over it in Green Bay, like especially when they never like draft for him. They haven't been drafting for him lately,
but they draft against him.
They don't get any wide receivers. They just have Davante Adams. They don't really have any tight ends. Like his other receivers, I feel like they like can do something. They have some potential, but like it's not an elite receiver. You know what I mean?
The fucked up part is besides Davante Adams, I don't know who else his receivers are. Now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a damn shame.
Well, Valdez, Scantling is pretty good. And And that's the one I think, like, he just drops a lot of balls. But let me not go through just all of the different, like, wide receivers because, honestly, I probably can name one more. One other thing I want to kind of mention is he's in a bad division. Like, I don't want to torch people for being in a bad division, but, like, the AFC West is a lot better. Like, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, and I can't think of the other one for some reason.
Isn't it like the Vikings?
No, not the Vikings is with the Packers. But let's go on to the next one here. So I think he's in a bad division. Maybe that can kind of weigh in on the MVP hopes, but
a little bit.
Me still Patrick Mahomes. You still got Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers.
I just had to show support, man.
Aaron Rodgers is in it too.
I'm not a cheater, Tom. I promise you. I just had to show support.
All right, the last one here we got is Stephon Diggs. Let's get into him. Gifton, do you really wanted to talk about this one?
Stephon Diggs, man.
Go ahead and do that.
I guess the question I want to ask to you is because you're the bigger Bills fan than me. Do you feel that Stephon Diggs is underrated?
So to just start that off, I don't think he's underrated. I think because I rate him pretty high, but I think it's also that he's in the Bills. But
I still feel
they traded him, I think, for a first rounder.
Yeah.
So the league values him pretty high. A first rounder is like gold in the league. So
yeah, I understand that, but I just feel like I did not mean to cut you off or anything. I just
feel
like
fine.
He gets overlooked hella when it comes to like the DK Metcalfs, the Michael Thomases of the world, the Travis Kelce's of the world.
Well, he's proven.
And you have Stephon Diggs over here in the corner quietly, constantly being consistent.
Yeah, once he gets the feed, like they feed him, he'll bring out the production, and he's been guaranteeing that. But again, what else do you have to say about Stephon? Like, don't you think that like Josh Allen has stuff to do with it? You know what I mean?
Oh, Josh Allen for sure has a heavy hand in that. And I mean, honestly, I think, and I know I picked the Steelers that week, but fuck the Steelers. I honestly think Josh Allen made a very strong and impressive MVP case. 10-3 right now.
Yeah, no, I get you. I like. Let me think about. So I've been talking about Josh Allen since the beginning of the year, before the year, about how he's gonna win them the division as well. Like the Patriots lost way too much. Like, even though Cam Newton is a really cool sign, I like this guy has been making stride after stride of like positive play there. Just being a good player as a whole. You definitely see the stride that he made this year. Let me go ahead and just talk about Diggs and what he's able to do for Stephon Diggs. 10 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown in the last game there. 9 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown for Cole Beasley as well. I think he's like 10 yards away. He has 838 yards.
I like how Josh Allen shares the sugar a lot when it comes to throwing the football and everybody scoring touchdowns.
Well, it's kind of like Cole Beasley, I said that weird. His safety blanket. But again, like, he has like 838 yards, 10 away from his career high, and he's at age 31.
Right.
So people were calling like Cole Beasley like this different type of guy. He's not really a playmaker and stuff, but this guy always manages to get open. So Josh Allen, of course, they were feeding him just that whole game, and he was wide open the entire game too. It felt like Stephon Diggs, out of all of them, to leave wide open, like he should be double covering him. Like, who else do they have? Again, Cole Beasley, but Cole Beasley's taking advantage of it.
Exactly.
So, hey, more to him. But I think he put himself in just a new light this year. And, I think that, Stephon Diggs had a lot to benefit from that too.
Definitely.
So both of them are, like, benefiting from each other. But Josh Allen continuing to throw, like, 40 times a game. And, hopefully a quarter of them goes to Stephon Diggs. Like, what else can you expect, Like,
nothing.
he should have some good numbers, but
sit
if he's
back,
the one that's
relax, and watch Stephon go out there and reach out there and get a crazy ass catch or something.
Okay, but I just want to give one example here because I think that this player is better, and he's also at a better tier than Stephon Diggs. But I still think Stephon Diggs is good, and he's like competing with this type of player. AJ Brown of the Titans. And I feel like he's an underrated player because whenever he gets the ball,
you caught me out of left field with that one.
Whenever he gets the ball, he's like running back, like a big like linebacker almost, and it's pretty insane that they're just able to do that with like whenever they give him the ball, he's he can get a touchdown real easily. He's like almost like a big threat, like a home run hitter.
Right.
But like I would put him on a physical toughness as DK Metcalf.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
So like I like that comparison there. But they're both different players, of course. But like his physical toughness, like he goes crazy, man. He'll drag people into the end zone and stuff. But yeah, I think that's it for our NFL there, right?
Sure is.
Oh goodness, it's been a good week. You know,
Man.
let's go back to those predictions real quick. I think I was
Man,
like
fuck
4 or
it's been
5.
A good week for you.
Yeah, that was a good week.
I was out here fucking dry.
Dry here,
I was
huh?
out here dry, looking stupid. Like, damn, I really said that, but it's all good, man.
Hey,
I
man.
got today right, so that's all that matters.
There's another day. Another
Definitely.
day. But Jalen Hurts beat the Saints, baby.
Oh man,
Check that out on our last video there, our last
Oof.
podcast video, or even on our last episode on any podcast platform there.
because we out there.
I was also right about a couple of them, but I don't want to brag about it. But NFL's been good. It's been a good week. It's been a good week.
Man, it's been a good week.
It's been a good week.
I don't want to brag about it.
Let's
man.
get into the NBA here.
The reason why we do the damn show in the first place.
Bro,
Talk to me.
I just want to raise this up. We mentioned the Nuggets in the beginning of the show just as an intro to let you know what you're going to hear about. Nuggets,
Mm-hmm.
the way that they have their team, right? They just got out of the conference finals. I think it was a
Tough
4-1.
conference finals. Tough first round, tough conference finals.
And they went through 7 games in the last 2 games.
Yep.
I mean, in the last 2 series.
Yep.
So they were very, they're tired, I can imagine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Especially the way they won them,
and
too.
Then all with all the social injustice that was going on at that time too, that I know that shit just hurt. Cause I know you seen his George Floyd shoes on,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was crying after he dropped like what was it like 30-something points or was it 50 points?
Yeah, it hit everybody a little bit different,
Yeah,
and it definitely seemed like it hit them hard, especially a lot of people in the bubble where there was anything else to focus about.
Right.
But to get back into the Nuggets there, so they were very close, and look what they have, what kind of assets they have as well. They just drafted R.J. Hampton, which I really, really like. And I was watching some. What?
Not Denver.
Well, why not Denver?
I think we were talking about it earlier. It's just you were alluding to that. It's not really you're not gonna get much PT there.
Yeah. So what I was getting into is that the Nuggets right now, where they ended off, it was really close. They were just 1 series away from the finals, and maybe just if they were just a little bit more healthier, they could have, or just more rested, they could have done a little bit more. Now, look at what they have again. Their core. Who would you say is their like main 2 pieces?
Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.
Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, right?
Yep.
So why not scrap everybody else? Do whatever it takes because you have so many assets. All those they have. I'm sure they have draft picks. I haven't looked that up, but I'm sure that everybody has draft picks, or they can
Right.
figure one out from the future. Anyway, so you have, Michael Porter Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You have Gary Harris.
Yep.
You have R.J. Hampton. Now it seems like
Mm-hmm.
you can create such a good trade package for somebody, like scrap everybody and just get a third star
Mm-hmm.
into their formula there, because you have a guy who can dish the ball to anybody, who's passive and can score if he wanted to.
You know what I
Who?
just thought of?
Who?
Do you think Denver would trade for James Harden?
Well, that's what I wanted to also bring up. Yeah, like I
fuck.
think it's something that's viable right now, just because why not? Like, he's a star.
Really?
Why not?
I just don't think he would like Denver.
I don't think he liked Denver either, but he said he wanted to be traded to a contender.
That is true.
He preferred the Nets. He preferred the 76ers, but I think that he can thrive on the Nuggets. There's just a lot of talent there. All 3 of those guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would kind of suck for, like, we were talking just about, like, holding people back and prospects back. But, like, let's just say this much. If Michael Porter Jr. goes somewhere else, like, he has a chance of being great. Kind of like a Brandon Ingram thing. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of want to bring up. With, like, I think he's a perfect example of when you give him, like, a bigger opportunity, and then you don't have a guy like LeBron James in front of him.
Right.
Then you have so much more, like, to gain from these potential, stars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, RJ, on the Nuggets right now, what is he gonna do? Like what can he do? Unless he's like a superstar.
That too.
Like,
do you think that'll happen?
What can he? No, I don't think he's a superstar.
Ooh.
I don't think he's a superstar because he fell in like drafts.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything though, because there's been
like he was first, like he was like gonna be the number 1 overall pick type stuff, and then next year it kind of changed and he went like 6th. So like that's what I'm trying to say. Like I don't like the sign of regression, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying that that's your final like form. In other words,
plateau,
yeah, you know.
Okay.
But what is he gonna do on Denver?
Nothing.
And provide them, like, if I can trade all these people, like, you know, they just lost Jeremy Grant. That could have been a good piece, a good trade piece. You know what I mean?
And it sucks that he went to Detroit, bro, because it's like, what are you going to do in Detroit? Nothing.
They have so many forwards. So, like, I just think that go out and get yourself one more, and it'll be way more entertaining. You'll, like, have an actual chance, especially with Lakers 2 stars and just deep depth.
Mm.
You never know what can happen, but I think that people need to just kind of go all in. The Lakers did it. Look what happened.
Right.
You win in this league with stars. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? So get James Harden out of it. Would you take all those assets, Gibson?
Hell yeah, Michael Porter Jr., bring your big ass over here. Come on down to Houston, Sean.
Come on, man. Michael Porter Jr. on the Rockets.
Hell yeah.
With all those other pieces, bro.
Bro, because John Wall
it's not like you guys lost that many.
Been looking great. We still got the key bench players and Steven Styles. Hell yeah, bring your big ass on down here, bro. Come on.
No, I like it. So let's get into the next one here, Gifton.
Yes, sir.
The surprises of the preseason, buddy. Who do you got
first?
Let's say you go first.
Man, to be honest with you, LaMelo, after that first game when he didn't get 1 point, but he had 10 rebounds and 4 assists, but the way he was giving them 4 assists.
Yeah, no, the camera's on you, buddy.
It made me feel some type of way. Like I said it earlier on the pod, I believe it was like episode 25 or 26 when we first brought up the draft. I wanted him to go to Charlotte. I'm happy MJ got him in Charlotte. I'm happy he has Gordon Hayward. I still don't think I don't really know what's gonna happen with the whole Gordon Hayward thing or whatever. But I mean, I'm happy that he's there in Charlotte. It's a quiet city, nothing crazy to do. You can just hoop and go the fuck home. All you need to do, bro, is just hoop and go the fuck home.
You know, I like that one. LaMelo definitely showed some like star like potential, especially with those types of passes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And he's big as hell too.
That's what was very impressive. You mentioned the rebounds, 10 rebounds as your point guard or your shooting guard, but your ball handler, your primary ball handler.
Fuck around and get you like 10 a night. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, he's very young, so I'm predicting him to get at least like 2 triple doubles during the season.
Oh yeah,
especially in this league. But like maybe that's even too low. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
But let's get on to the next one here. But LaMelo definitely has some star potential.
Yes, sir.
Really a good thing to continue to watch grow. Hopefully, you know, I wish him the best, man.
Definitely.
I wish him the best.
Aye.
Come on, man. You want that. I'm going to go ahead and get into mine. I've been on this guy since draft night.
Who's that?
Deni Avdija.
Deni Avdija.
Avdija. I think I'm saying it right.
Avdija.
Because it's like Avdija.
I'm saying
Avdija.
Deni Diva.
Maybe.
There we go.
You want to be called the Diva?
Hell,
that would be your.
Bro,
you like
hot.
That nickname?
Hey, Reese LaFleur calls himself a diva. Reese LaFleur's a rapper.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't think a lot of people prefer it.
Bro,
but I like it.
Deni Diva. Hell yeah.
I like anything that slips off the tongue, man. You feel me? Oh, that's kind of pause. But you know, I meant in the other way. But anyway, Deni Avdija. I've been on him since draft night, of course. I called him like his play style is Goran Dragic, just because he was doing his moves.
Mm-hmm.
This guy seems like he's a better 3-point shooter than Dragic was when he first came into the league, but now Dragic is like kind of dead eye. But you know, he's a better 3-point shooter like coming into the league. So hopefully he gets better because you know how the league plays nowadays.
Yeah.
Let me just say one sequence that I felt like was a big telltale sign.
What is that?
He hit. First of all, he was 100% from the field, going 6 for 6, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists in 24 minutes.
Oh damn! I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh shit.
Yes, sir. So that's a crazy stat line already, right?
Ooh.
let me just get into this part where he's on the perimeter on one of the side of the ring, the right side wing.
Okay.
And then you have a defender come up to him, playing him really hard there, and he like maintains his composure.
Mm-hmm.
Not only maintains his composure, but makes a simple move to his right.
Mm-hmm.
Able to have that quick first step, get in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Able to like float it right over the guy who's helping out in defense in the paint right there.
Right.
And then he's already there to chase down his rebound as well. Fortunately, he makes it because again he shot 100%.
Right.
But this guy has a very high IQ. I have high hopes for him.
It's a lot of European players that like have like outrageously high IQs. Like I'm not surprised. Like how said he keeps his I'm not surprised because like Euroball is tough as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if like if you guys have ever watched Euroball. Like it's tough as defense all day, all game.
It's kind of like what we lack in skill. Like
yes.
So what they lack in athleticism, they have in skill, and what we lack in skill, we have athleticism.
Yep.
At least for like the beginning people, and then like, then you have savants like KD who is able to take advantage of both sides, and it's like, okay. So anyway, that's the guy to continue to keep your eye on. He's on the Wizards, potential playoff team. Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal, with this guy. Man. Let's see what happens.
I think they got him.
All right, Gifton. We have another one here. You were mentioning Kevin Durant, man. You want to expand on that?
Oh man,
you watched them. You even heard something about I think it was who was it? Off the Wizards.
Gilbert
Arenas, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, because
what you're saying?
He was explaining basically that he tore his Achilles in his non-jumping leg, so it wasn't really gonna be a factor like that. But in my mind or my heart, like an Achilles tear is an Achilles tear, but that don't mean shit to KD, man.
Yeah,
he'll be all right. He's a little slow, a little sluggish. That's fine. Still trying to get work to it and everything like that, but KD's back, bitch.
I didn't think he was that slow. Back. Necessarily,
it was a little bit, just a little bit.
I think anybody would be a little bit slower in the first game of preseason. You know what I mean? Like you have to give him a little bit of credit in that aspect. But I have high hopes for him. Like he looked very good, and like you were saying, maybe that's part of it. Like his explosion foot or whatever foot he's getting off of. Like because here's the thing: once I see KD do the double crossover, blow by, and then tomahawk dunk,
then he's gonna start doing step backs. Then he's gonna start doing windmills and
but that's the one that I really care about because like I want to see him explode. But after he does his crossover, he still has his handle, he still has his explosion, and then him just being able to have that confidence in jamming it.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, this guy's back. I was kind of waiting for that, but he definitely showed off some stuff that's going to be good. But they mentioned playing him at the 5, man. I hope they don't play him at the 5.
In certain situations, I know they'll have to. Like I can imagine a death lineup of Kyrie, KD, Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, and Joe Harris just fucking shit up.
Could you imagine, though, too, everybody's death lineup or end of the game lineup is most likely just going to be, small ball anyway.
And like one tall ass
smaller
forward.
lineup.
Yeah.
Smaller lineup. And then one more guy that I kind of want to mention was Talen Horton-Tucker on the Lakers.
THT.
Let's give you guys, Laker fans, some love here. Now, this guy's definitely been putting out. He had a good first game. I think he had 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals in the opener. Now, I want to point out and highlight those steals. In the second game, he followed it up with 33 points, 10 rebounds, 4 steals. In 2 games, he has a total of 7 steals. 4 assists in the second game. Now, maybe he's just going on 100 in the preseason game and everybody's kind of trying to chill, and he's just trying to fight out for a role on the Lakers squad. But come on, man. Like, this guy putting out.
I honestly felt like he was just one of them hoopers that they just knew, like we want to play you, but we don't know where we're going to put you at,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the Lakers have luxury. They're so deep right now. And then if this guy just pops out and is able to just put in quality minutes, we don't need you to be going crazy or nothing. But, like, even Kobe, like, came off the bench when Shaq was dominating. You know what I mean? So let this guy continue to not have a crazy role, but, like, maybe give him an Alex Caruso role.
Right.
And we'll see what happens. But he has a lot of mentors there.
Definitely.
People that are showing out, like, That culture's just wild, bro. Like, it's so good in there right now. They just came off a championship, so they have to believe in what LeBron's saying right now, right?
They're all bought in and all that championship mentality, how to approach the game, this, that, and the other. They're just soaking it all in.
So
they're just soaking it all.
they're just getting influence. It's just a good game. Oh my
Every
goodness.
time they step into the Staples Center, it's show out or go home, bro.
It's gonna be a good season, I think, for the Lakers, especially. Repeats looking crazy right now.
You think so?
Well, we'll have those predictions on probably the next show or something because the season's gonna start pretty soon. But
woo,
crazy.
Man.
All right, I do want to throw a shout out to R.J. Barrett. The other night, or I think yesterday, he went 25, 4, and 2. So 25 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists on 58% shooting.
All right.
He had a terrible beginning of the game. I think he went like over 6. He even shot an air ball, but he was able to have a great second half of the game and do his
Tibbs.
thing.
All right, Tibbs finally getting that putting some minute restrictions on him. Okay.
And I think you mentioned something about Okoro on the Cavaliers, Gifton.
Oh, Isaac
Just
Okoro was
throw a
cool
real
because
shout out.
like shout out to Isaac Okoro because when it came down to the last second moments, I know he hit the game winning layup and free throw to ice it. And it seems like he's just like taking in the big lights and the big stage. So shout out to Isaac Okoro. He's gonna be he's a cool little pick.
Yeah, no.
I like him.
They got a lot of different picks there. They got a lot of prospects and stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can trade Kevin Love and then figure it out from there. In my opinion.
No. You're right. That's the next step. Gotta get his old ass.
All right, we mentioned that we were going to talk about LiAngelo real quick. Gifton, let's go ahead and start it off, man. You brought this up.
Yeah.
What did you want to say? What was your main question about that?
Why is it that you feel like LiAngelo Ball can't stay on a team? Like I personally, I feel like he just needs a shot. He just needs a shot somewhere. You never know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's a little undersized or whatever. Yeah, his jumper might be not. I mean, I don't know, man. Just give him a shot. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody.
And that's the thing. Like, it's crazy how he went from UCLA. He was gonna be there right after Lonzo. So
Right.
he, you just had the ball influence right there. Number two overall pick. So like this guy already had all this like name brand type stuff. So even if you put in just a good season in the Pac-12, like
Right.
you're able to do a lot there and hopefully get drafted in the earlier rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks to kind of see how that went, but man, like what do you expect from this guy who was a high schooler taken across overseas to go play with other grown men? Like what's happening over there and like what's in this guy's head, and like he didn't really develop in the right way, you know what I mean? So
it's weird because him and LaMelo were both in the same situation, but I guess clearly LaMelo took it serious.
Yeah, no, it's.
I mean, that's the
is
only
crazy.
other way to say it. Like,
but some people can just be like more talented and everything. But I mean, that guy's 6'8" now. So one thing that I was hearing about, or at least I looked it up, just a small little thing, and
what is that?
I found a YouTube video. Like I do want to give this guy credit, DKM, but he was mentioning something about an ankle injury. It's been just like having a LiAngelo Ball.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. No, an ankle injury that might be like the main part that's like influencing all this kind of stuff. So it might be like some like medical type of stuff. But I mean, he didn't log in any minutes. I don't know.
Damn,
I don't know that much.
I never fucking knew that.
But
That's
like,
wild.
There was past games where it was due to an ankle injury that he missed. But I mean, he didn't play a minute. So how'd they really cut him? If you want to give him a chance, give him an actual chance.
I hope it's not a Grant Hill thing where his ankle got infected and he just had to retire early. Yeah, I hope it's not like that. Ugh.
It's tough. All right, Gifton, you also have this next one here. Jerry West being sued for $2.5 million.
West.
Do you want to go ahead and tell us why?
So there is a man by the name of John Wilkes.
I don't know.
Damn it.
John Wilkes.
Let's call him John.
Let's call him John.
Let's call him John. So John and Jerry are good friends. So technically, Jerry West was trying to get Kawhi to come to the Clippers, but John had real close family ties to Uncle Dennis and Kawhi. So pretty much after June, the playoffs, he said he went to work on trying to recruit Kawhi, but after I was reading it, he was pretty much like, it was very manipulative and very persuasive. It was very shady.
Yeah, so I think it was he just had the ins and outs of like what Kawhi wanted. He was good friends with his Uncle Dennis, and then like when they pitched him, they heard everything like that they wanted to do for
Yeah.
Kawhi. So imagine like Kawhi's like, man, I need to play with another star. I need somebody who's gonna be dedicated.
So he was the one. So John
and
was
fed him all the information.
like John was the one that went to Jerry and said the only way Kawhi will come here is if they trade and get Paul George, and that's how they got Paul George. And then they also promised that Uncle Dennis gets a house in Southern California and a fucking traveling
expense account.
Traveling expense account. Whose fucking agent gets a house and a traveling expense account?
I don't know, man.
What the fuck is this,
you gotta
bro?
do what you gotta do, bro. They didn't even practice.
That's
my thing.
All this shit is true, man.
Yeah, no. My personal thing, or my like thought when I first heard that was, did Kawhi know about this? And if he did, like, it's kind of weird. But
yeah,
if he's getting manipulated by his own like organization, like, how does he feel? Right. So he hasn't signed a contract. They just signed Paul George to that big contract. So
they fucked up there.
Pandemic B.
They fucked up there.
I don't know. We'll see, man. I feel like that's just more drama. We'll see how that story develops. But I hope, like, Kawhi knew about it. But if he didn't, like, it feels like he might have got stabbed in the back kind of thing. Like,
oh, definitely.
I was dragged here because they knew how I was playing my hand. Pretty tough.
Yeah, he was clearly taken advantage of in that situation.
We'll see what happens though. Like, I'm
eager to see how this plays out.
I'm just interested how that locker room plays out.
Oh, definitely.
Because again, it wasn't good in the last year. Okay, and then you have your one that you want to bring up here. PJ Tucker. Does he deserve a contract extension?
See, because like it's as a Rockets fan, and after what he's done the last 4 years, especially last season when they had a 6'6" man guarding a 6'10",
he put in a lot of hard work, man.
Anthony Davis with nerve damage. He put in a lot of work, especially in the bubble and in the beginning of the regular season before COVID hit. But here's the problem. I'm a realistic Rockets fan, so I don't see PJ staying after this season, man. There's kind of no point. And if we were gonna give PJ Tucker a contract extension, we'd have gave him Christian Wood's contract, which was like a 3-year, $41 million contract. So now it's like, I hate to see it. Yeah, I hate to see it because it's like we're literally gonna like bleed you for this last season.
Yeah, and that's what kind of sucks about it. Like, when you have to like kind of do bad to somebody.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, if I was a Rockets GM, like, I don't think I'm gonna give him. I would.
It depends how much he wants, man. It really depends how much he wants. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I think that the Rockets need to see what they do with James Harden first, and then they'll do with PJ Tucker.
Yep.
But he does deserve his money. I think that he can continue to be the same type of dude, especially if you don't have him at the center position. So. Already know how tough he is and what he can bring to your team.
Yeah,
so
he
deserves it definitely. But as a Rockets player,
I'm not gonna give it to
the Rockets player. As a Rockets GM, if I have James Harden, I'm keeping PJ. If I don't have James Harden, then I'm not keeping PJ.
Right.
That's how I feel about
it.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Rockets. It's very interesting what they can do with their team, with their coach, what's gonna happen with the GM, and especially when James Harden is out there on trade talks.
Yeah, man. It's still interesting to see where he goes up because it's like the Nets aren't giving up Kyrie. Philly's not giving up Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid. Where else are you going to go? Like, okay, cool. Ooh, we can trade Miami. We can get Tyler Hero. But it's like, I need more.
I guess you need more. But Tyler Hero, he was even getting more ball handling needs or responsibility today. And it looks like they're going to give him a lot more, like, just ball responsibility as a whole. So we'll see what happens, bro. I don't know if that's the right way to go because Bam's pretty good with the ball in his hands. Jimmy's pretty good with the ball in his hands, but Jimmy always played a lot of off ball. But yeah, I think that's another good episode, about 48 minutes in.
Yes, sir.
Episode 28, pretty good. It got through a lot right here. Talking about the Nuggets and what they should do, talking about what happened tonight on Monday Night Football.
It was a great game, man.
Man, was that a great game.
It's a great fucking game, bro.
It was a college game, bro. They're blowing people out.
Yeah, it was great.
All right, man. Yeah, that's it with Rob on the mic here. I'm signing out.
And this is Big Gift as usual. And remember to support the youth.